Oh, talking to him.
Dom, the interference I'm experiencing during expeditions is concerning. Is there any chance our scry is degrading like the ones belonging to the Enclave?
I'm still investigating, but my initial reaction is that it doesn't feel the same.
As long as it doesn't give out on us completely in the meantime.
However, I have taken a look at the Spindle's copy of the workings of Archons, and thankfully, writing is far more legible than Lucia's. And her notes are significantly less paranoid at that.
About that, Kenrick Stanold told me that Lucia wasn't just tinkering with the Ark we followed through the Veil. She built it. The Ark of Verdance.
That is quite the revelation. What was it for?
That was all Kenrick could tell me. Or wanted to tell me, but... Sev mentioned that Kenrick had been feeding Isla information about a failsafe for the Source. Could the Ark of Verdance be the fix she was working on without realizing it?
Yes. Yes! That could be it. Genius, Bryn. On my side, I dug into her notes. She was working on a way to fully restore our Ark for us. She was so close to a schematic, intricate, elaborate, masterful. And I finished it. Sola has the final design ready for you. Essentially, we'll be creating a power core for the Ark. Most notably, we'll need a special part, a bar of shaped coral. This is the final key for an Ark to be functional on its own without a Weaver channeling magic into it.
If we had built a power core earlier, could her death have been prevented?
She only made this discovery in the final days of her life, through researching all the Ark parts we had supplied her. Her research even theorizes that using one's own magic to power an Ark for brief amounts of time could result in death.
So she knew she was going to die at the Grand Gate.
She knew exactly what would happen and did it anyway. That's courage.
We can't let it be in vain. So, then the Ark of Verdance is our failsafe. Your design will get it running. Where can I find the shaped coral?
She suspected it was kept in the Archon's hearth, stored near natural coral deposits for its regenerative properties.
Okay. So this be something else. Changes.
Dom and I have been running down the mystery of our alchemically odd plants and degraded scries. We've got a working hypothesis, but we're going to need to lean on you again to prove it.
Curious of what kind of work they've been doing.
What's led you to the hypothesis?
Dom's been digging into the scry and noticed some tiny changes in yours that he's not seen before. Lane used a few leftover petals from the Mirian's bloom to run more tests. You really have an incredibly talented team here.
Really, yes, I do. Tell me, approve.
You're right on top of this.
I have been taking notes from my favorite point. She has this habit where she just drags things forward by force of will.
I do, don't I? There's just so much to do. Why ask permission when the next step is right there?
Wanna help me out if it solves the mystery if I know what it needs.
As long as I don't have to do any more cross-swamp runs, count me in.
Worse, I'm afraid. We think the source of the problem might be the miasma. Dom's theory is that it's slowly affecting the patterns inside the Enclave.
Our enchantments.
Everything. We've never been able to perceive or harvest them, but there's a school of thought that everything alive has a pattern in it. And if that pattern allows us to interact with and control magic, the theory goes that magic might be able to affect us in turn.
You think we're in danger?
Obviously, tangles are inherently dangerous, but that's the question we want to answer. Could they affect the creatures here in more subtle ways? Could too much magic explain the Spitfire's behavior? If so, we have to worry there might be long-term effects on all of us.
Spirits. How do we prove it?
You've been collecting resonance for all your time in here, as have our enchanters. That data gives us a baseline. What he needs, then, is a comparison resonance harvested during a miasma from any of the natural beasts. Arcs won't help, alas.
Right. I'll tackle it as soon as I can.
Oh. Hmm. Lifting the shroud.
Have you ever felt like you couldn't trust the people around you? Oh, never mind. You did tell me about Aaron and how he undermined your confidence. I suppose it would have been hard to hold trust in someone who didn't respect you.
It wasn't fun, I can tell you that. Is there someone here who's putting you on edge?
It's Sev, and how he was collaborating with the Eye behind our backs.
Oh? I can understand, but you didn't exactly seem blown away by the revelation.
I didn't have time to process it. I have now, and the more I think about it, the more upset I feel. Logically, I understand the situation. I can trace the weave of circumstance that forced his hand and led to his deception. I know he had no choice, and I've even forgiven him. I said the words to his face, so why am I still so angry?
That's a tough one.
It reminded me again of Udea. Will the fear and the manipulation follow me forever? Will it taint everything? The secrets, the lies, the subterfuge. The Maida may seem a balmy paradise, but in reality, it is a toxic swamp. Every fiber of my being is screaming at the prospect of having my life ruined by this again.
All right. It's clear that sitting around base camp chewing on this isn't doing you any good. You need a distraction.
Possibly. What did you have in mind?
The Axel must be overwhelmed right now. Let's find something to help her with.
I'm amenable to this. Shall I let you ask her, or...?
Oh no. You're coming with me.
I suppose it'd be good to catch up with her, and I'll meet you at Cassidy's Hold, then. See you soon.
Oh my lord, it's back and forth between these two places now.
How many discoveries await?
Bryn and Lane, to what do I owe the pleasure?
We're hoping that there's something you can help us with. Or rather, we're hoping that there's something we can help you with.
I'm not sure I follow.
I've been at a loose end, gnawing on painful thoughts, only growing more despondent in the process.
Huh.
So we're here to focus on problems that are a little more tangible. What can we help you with?
That is very kind of you. I've had a great deal of difficulty keeping on top of things.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We're here to help. Like I said.
Right. I've got a petition from the scouts here somewhere. Let me find it. Arakim has been nagging me about accessing the Archon's hearth. Its stores of raw material could busy our forge masters for months. Now that I'm technically in charge, I'm loath to follow Kenrick's lead in recklessly sending the scouts into dangerous situations. What I'm lacking to make that call is intelligence on the Archon's hearth. Our documentation is decades out of date.
I've already spent a lot of time in there, actually. It was pretty hot, from what I recall.
Dangerous too, one would assume. Can you elaborate on what you saw in there?
The technology was amazing. Talk about the half-built art.
While exploring where the arcs were assembled, I couldn't help but imagine how busy it must have been back before the surge. Archons seem big when I'm fighting them, but the scale feels totally different when they're attached to a scaffold.
Fascinating.
It was hard to beat the heat. Tell her about the foundry.
Well, it was only one area that was particularly hot, but all of it was dangerous.
I assume you refer to the Arcane Foundry then?
Yeah. It was on another level to what you've got here at the Hold, or what we have at camp. I can't imagine how many Archon parts they produced per day.
Cora was otherworldly. Describe it to her.
The most interesting part was where they grew the coral. I could feel the magic running through it.
It is a reminder that there are still lost secrets to be found.
Exactly.
It's enough detail for now. Move on.
Anyway, there's lots going on in there. Do you think it's safe enough to send in the scouts?
Not quite. I still have grave concerns about the fluctuating heat levels.
I believe I may have a solution for that. A potion that will maintain your body temperature even in the hottest conditions. I don't quite have the equipment to make it yet, but the knowledge is there.
That's wonderful news. That said, I would like a demonstration to be sure they work.
A fair stipulation. Some sort of combat encounter in the Archon's hearth under the hottest possible conditions. Fighting an Archon that relies on fire magic would be ideal to demonstrate the potion's efficacy.
You know I'm always up for a challenge.
I have no doubt in your abilities after what I've witnessed you achieve.
Well then, I'll be back once I've felled a mighty construct.
Okay. Archon's Heart, an institute. Archon's Heart. Archon's Heart. So, how the heck are we gonna do this then? We would need a this one. But I'm wondering how am I gonna... I have to somehow get them inside one of these. I'm just wondering how I'm gonna do this. If they had to be affected by the miasma. Oh, we have a lot of stuff we need to do here, so maybe I should do this one, but then I have to go and switch. Oh, I need to go and switch gear. Yeah. Me too. Missing. It's a shaped coral and reforged. Now is the question, where do we need to go here? We have like 5, we have like 3 portals to pick from. Let's go here. Oot. I'm gonna use the frost mine.
The Archon's hearth once more. Wish Isla was here to guide me.
I could assist in her absence.
What the?
Bryn, what?
Aurea, the scry has been compromised by the Surgeborn. Stay off it.
Compromised is such a strong word. I just want to talk.
I'm with you.
Okay, so the managing gate.
Bryn.
Okay.
Didn't expect the miasma to be so intense over the scry.
You get used to it. Just have to use a more gentle touch and feel the way it slides.
Okay, we can't do that one right now. We might be able to do that one. The Arcane Forge. What the heck is that one now?
So, what are we looking is my region, after all.
Like I would tell
Whatever plan you've concocted, it would be better if we worked together.
you. You murdered my friend.
Technically, I didn't touch her. It isn't my fault she lacked the stamina to follow through on what she started.
I suppose if anywhere we're going to be too full of magic, it would be this place.
A lot of the records were lost, but we know the real innovation happened down here.
And the Enclave's innovations took a lot of magic. Right.
Oh, do I have to actually get these things from nowhere?
Intriguing to think of weaver smiths and priests working side by side down here.
The creatures you grew up with would launch an hour-long diatribe at the very thought, yeah?
I'll just be the introduction.
Well, let's see. How do I know if she's affected by it or not? Oh my god, the game is frame issues all of a sudden. Like yesterday too. Yeah. Bye. Oh my god. There's frame rate, man.
This is fascinating. Detailed smithing logs with Xavier's name on them. Lots of sketched out designs, mostly in the margins.
Doodles always help me think too.
Oh my god. That thing is stupid. What? Didn't think that was gonna hit, so I didn't roll. Nice timing, Jim. How did I? Oh, where is the bottom? This one, I forgot about this one. Yeah, the question is, will it be able to fly though in this one? I was clinging to it, so how did that knock me off? Oh, shit, stupid magic crap. The thing is, I'm not gonna be able to get the strand out of her now. Because she won't be able to fly here. I don't think it's gonna work in here because I don't know if she will be able to fly. She's here. Nope. Oh my god. My frames! Want to buy frames? I don't know how I'm gonna do this then. I don't think we can do this one in this place, unfortunately. Why I'm clinging on? Why isn't it? You know what's fine. Let me just kill you. Why am I? Oh, come on now. Oh. Why is it being so weird? Oh great, right into the mana bullshit. Ah. So stupid mana one. Unfortunately, refused to fly in here. Piece of junk. Only way to kill these flying ones is when they're up in the air. That's the only time their weak point shows up. I was hoping he could fly a little bit, but yeah, this was not as we need to do when they are in the open area. Okay, so let's see in a peeling maze. That one is over there. Metal.
Is that bottled magma?
I've got one. I can't believe it's still warm. You can feel the magic pulsing through it.
I wonder if proximity to the coral has affected it in some way.
Think that's all I'm going to find down here. Get your research hat ready, Lane. There's a lot.
I do not need a hat.
Anything else down here? Well, that sucked though. That's why he was doing so many up and down jumps. He's behind that stupid... Oh my god, I can't see shit.
Hold on, hold on.
I don't know why I went in there. Actually, I should go for these. God damn it. I shouldn't have gone into that magic there. Dumb, they can barely run through any of this. Can move around here, just so let's do like this. Also another one. Oh yeah, then I have the wrong armor on for that one. Let's just go with this one now. Can't really run around doing that stupid things because it does so much damage. It does like 150 a tick and you stagger and then somebody shoots at you. The enemy can be in it without a problem. Let's see the trestles.
This is really very clever. You figured it out then?
Yes, Xavier's idea was to use an alchemical process similar to what Dharm and I just did to treat the coals. Elements left over from weaving flame strands distilled and used to treat magma.
Literal magma? The blood of the earth?
Enchanted magma. Measured precisely from one of Xavier's containers, he could delicately control temperature in a forge or foundry.
Sola will be over the moon. I'll let her know.
And I'll collate the more technical details. They'll be ready when she is.
Magma? Can you believe it?
Is it not lava?
I thought it was only lava if it bubbled up from underground. But now I'll have to ask Lane.
You heard the news then?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bryn. We ruined the surprise.
It's fine. Just nice to see you so happy.
We're confident that between the two of us, we can make Xavier's plan work.
And I'm keen to try it out. I was up sketching all night, and I have an idea for some armor to act as a test. If it works, we'll gather more. The veil has to open someday, and with this magma, we could be on the road for months.
Or maybe we'll stay. Either option provides you many potential students.
Or maybe, just maybe,
We could do both.
we'll make it work. After we get this bloody enclave sorted out. Right, Bryn?
I have every faith we will.
I got some boots. And chest. Okay, we got both. Okay, so these are the two I want to craft. I need 6. Purified. 7. And then we need two more flame turn leather. Okay, we need to salvage. Ah. God damn it. Control. Want to a few times. Seven and 5. Can mount. But the expensive part is to upgrade them. Look on these girls.
Worth the materials, I'd say.
Eight and 5. More resources.
Most people couldn't even stand straight wearing one of those. You, however. Ha.
Sounds like a good idea to run with this one then. It's flash free, so that's okay. So we should come out. I think it's over here. Let's see. Steam sale. Oh, come on, no. Ecopone Nova and finish college, huh?
Must be getting close to where the Enclave stored shaped bars. Will the Surgeborn know our plan when I pick it up? I guess that's a risk I need to take.
Bar-shaped coral. You and I have such similar tastes in treasure. Whatever you're planning to do with that is nothing compared to what we could accomplish if we put our minds together.
I can manage well enough on my own.
You could do so much more than manage.
The Arcane Foundry. Every Archon was assembled and enchanted here.
Resources while we're here. So what else? No. In lower. See if we can do it here then. Ranimo! Oh, what the? Hey, what? Oh, he's... What? Okay, that's a weird one. Oh, what the? It's so annoying that there we go.
What conditions it was harvested, it will be perfect for our study.
Anything else? Okay, we can craft that one, and we can do that one. In this one, we have to wait until that stupid orc guy is in the right place. We need to go to the institute for that one. Okay, so let's just go. Oops. Back. Oop.
And then the priest says, that's not how you extinguish the holy flame.
I thought you never extinguished the holy flame.
They make certain exceptions when it threatens centuries-old tapestries.
You never talked about your time in the church.
They're not happy memories.
No, but they're yours.
Then let's not fight again so I have more time to share them.
That's unreasonable. Let's just make sure we're talking.
Of course, my love. After all, I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
The Surgeborn in the Howling Jail somehow has access to the scry.
We know. I can feel it in there with me. It's not pleasant. We need to do something fast.
The good news is, as far as we can tell, it only has access when you're in the underworks. At most, it seems to cause interference when you're above ground. We don't think it can listen in.
Until we can block its presence, best to keep use of the scry to a minimum.
When I mentioned she could feel the Surgeborn, she felt it too?
Aurea, I could feel the Surgeborn too. I know exactly what you mean.
Doesn't feel great.
The kind of nausea that only comes from the wind being knocked out of you.
It takes a lot out of me to stay connected to you when it's present, let alone speak.
That must be why there's interference.
What you're both describing, it makes me wonder if the Eye was under a deeper influence from the Surgeborn than we realized.
How so?
We assumed he was merely manipulated into a foolhardy plan, but what if the Surgeborn had some sort of effect on his mind?
I could believe it. But if that's the case, then we need to limit Bryn's exposure to it through the scry. Fast.
And yours.
I don't think it's me the Surgeborn wants to influence. From the sounds of it, it wants you.
Movies need physical access to the scry. Ask if you know how exactly Surgeborn is communicating.
Weavers need a physical connection to the scry to communicate, either by wearing the earpiece or touching the scroll. The Surgeborn doesn't have either, so how is it connecting to our scry?
Well, let's start with what we know. The imprisoned Talon was able to convince Stanild to open the gate. But the Herald was there and waiting. It was not surprised at all, despite the Scout's distractions. Ergo, the Herald and Talon were communicating somehow, yet the Talon had been imprisoned for years. Would it not be reasonable to suggest the Surgeborn can communicate with one another using something like our scry? Or worse, perhaps they can share thoughts needing no magic at all.
A single shared consciousness.
The Borg!
The implications are frankly staggering, but it is the only explanation I can think of for what we've observed. And if I'm correct, it's not such a leap to imagine creatures like this, or perhaps a creature, would be capable of infiltrating our scry.
And the surge bone seems to be growing stronger. Ask how dire this is.
Let's hear it. How bad is all this?
The scry is a complex piece of Weaver enchantment. That this Surgeborn has broken in is not good.
We still don't know exactly what it wants, but if it continues to infiltrate our constructs, this could mean an all-out war.
War?
Imagine they gain control of the Enclave's arcs. Sure, they're dangerous now, but with a sentient strategist behind them, they could storm the Maida in a couple of hundred strides.
You think the Surgeborn's interests expand beyond the Enclave?
With an enemy as calculated as this, is to assume the worst.
I want this thing out of my ear yesterday. Move on to the next steps.
All right. How are we going to fix this?
The reason Aurea can sense the Surgeborn presence on the scry is likely because it's wielding magic to communicate. The same way Aurea's mantle pulls magic from the air to contact you. However, unlike Aurea, the Surgeborn can't pull magic from the air around it. Otherwise, it would be talking to you all the time.
But it can only reach me when I'm underground.
Where the tangles are most dense. We need to cut off its access to raw magic.
That's where the spindle comes in. Thanks to her, we finally have the missing piece to get our escort here running.
It was a failsafe in the case that the source needed to be repaired. The Arc of Verdance will create a safe bubble against the tangles, which would be the natural consequence of any failure of the source.
Just like it did with the Veil.
Exactly. But without the crushing weight that caused it to fail.
So, the plan. We get the Ark to the source, it stabilizes the Enclave.
Or at the very least, starts the process.
If the Herald waiting down there doesn't destroy it first, I'll need to take it down, if this plan is going to work.
That sounds dangerous.
It might be a risk worth taking.
We have to. The Enclave is overflowing with raw magic, and this source is clearly the root of the problem. Too many tangles have led to the floods. They allow the Surgeborn to communicate and infect our enchantments. Without the source under control, we will never reclaim the Enclave.
Then that's our plan. We build a power core, then we speak to the Axle.
I'll join you at Cassidon's Hole.
Yeah.
And with this power core, we can fix our Arc of Verdance. I think this is what they call a full circle moment.
Huh. Lately, I feel like I've been running in circles.
Hey, I know things look bleak, but this is a win. Don't let the Talon rob you of it. You're finishing her work, after all.
You're right.
I always am. Now, I think you've got a meeting with the Axle.
It's a little bit beautiful, isn't it? It's like reaching into the past and shaking hands with its designer. We have achieved much.
I think she'd be happy to see it up and running.
I think so too. Plans set in motion decades ago. Slowly ticking towards fruition. If we are so lucky.
Changes?
What's the verdict with the resonance comparison, Storm? Are we all doomed?
Not doomed, no. But I have every reason to be concerned. Tangles only form in areas of intense magical concentration. That they're so common here in the Enclave makes it clear that this place is overflowing with magic. Have you ever blown into a bladder until it pops? I worry that's where we're headed.
No. Have you?
Ah. Well, I am from Renland.
The patterns did show signs of change then.
Subtle but present. What was intriguing was watching them relax over time, as if the miasma caused them to contract like a muscle.
So things might recover if we could bring an end to the tangles?
I think so. How exactly we pursue that agenda, I'm not sure, but we have several leads we can pursue.
We have to tell the Axel, though. She needs to know about this so we can take every precaution.
Oh. We?
Yeah. It's time. Meet you there.
Okay, much to do with Axel right
I
now.
wonder what Lucia would make of our repairs to the Ark of Verdance. Not to mention its upcoming journey to the source.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. Need 1. Ah. Anything there? Wonder why it has to be here though. A bit weird.
Khan Arteme, my Weaver band has repaired the ark we followed through the Veil and discovered its true purpose.
To nullify the tangles at the source so it can be repaired.
Its anti-magic properties are why we were able to follow it through the Veil in the first place.
I see.
If we could get it to the source, we believe it could stabilize the Enclave.
Except the Grand Gate was broken when the Ark pushed the Herald back through it.
Surely there must be another way to reach the source.
Now that it's repaired, couldn't this Ark be used to leave the Enclave the way you came?
In theory, sure.
What are you saying, Khan Arteme?
It's time for someone to protect my people. I need to use that Ark to get us all out of here.
You would leave with the Surgeborn running loose? Or worse, allow them to spread and wreak havoc across the Maida in your wake?
No one has succeeded in stopping them yet. We've been trapped inside the Enclave for decades. It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
If here is an answer, tells you it needs to be.
In moments like these, we can't give in to our worst fears. That's what Kenrick did, and look where it got him.
Hello, Renji. Wash the beak, they clean it. That's.
We're only still here because the Spindle was brave. Honor that.
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scry. It's learning how to use our enchantments against us. If we don't put a stop to this madness, how long until they overtake the Arks? Or bring down the Veil and spread across the Maida?
That is
How
concerning.
you doing, Renji?
Still, let's be clear. Even if you could reach the source, there's a massive Surgeborn that almost killed you lurking down there.
I'll be ready for the Herald this time.
And what are you going to do about all the tangles? Punch them before they disintegrate you?
Sev believes the Aeroliths can manipulate raw magic and are responsible for miasma. We think if we can control the Aeroliths, we can make the source safer.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Interesting.
Gonna be glad to
Put
get my
more
new
thought into
headphones
this than
tomorrow.
I'd expected.
I ordered some up here several months ago, but they still not arrived at the store, so I'm tired of waiting.
But as you've said, you have no way to reach the source.
And it's gonna be good to get them tomorrow.
Fine. Our plan has a few kinks to iron out.
More than a few.
How about this? If you can just give us time to present you with the final plan, it'll be your call whether or not we move forward on it.
I suppose that's fair. I can't pack up this stronghold in a day.
One more thing. It's clear by now the Enclave hides its secrets well. If there's any information on the source, I need access to it.
There are private records that can only be accessed with the Eye's signet. I suppose he's not using it at the moment, but...
Bryn did just save your people from certain death not too long ago.
Fine, you can borrow it. You should find information at the Spire in Upper Denevron, the Bastion, and the Institute.
Yeah, the problem with these is this is my second pair of these Samsung headphones, and the problem is the first one, because it's directly connected to the ear, it got glitchy, so you could only hear from one ear. I ordered another pair of these. They had the same issue, but that time when I went in to open it up and looked where it was the actual manufacturing problem. So I could have returned it, but what I did, I inserted so I can, plug in and out cable, like a 3.5 millimeter contact. So I installed that in here myself. I mean, these are wonderful, they have a nice sound and all, but yeah. But time to get some other headphones and see.
We'll arrange a meeting with you when we're ready.
Good luck.
I can't really recommend these headphones. Okay, the sound is great, but the quality of the construction seems to be a little bit lacking. Especially if two of them have the same issue. Oh yeah. We also had changes.
Both of you this time. Must be important.
It is. We've identified a long-term risk to our people, a source of decay in our enchanted devices. And I've prepared a list of safety measures we should take.
You have?
Yes, we... Wait. Why did you say that like you already know?
Arakim, do you know how intense the competition to become Axel truly is? Even in our diminished state, it is ruthless. Each guild jockeying for its representative to be elevated. To win the seat, you need allies, knowledge, and the will to use both.
You've been watching us this whole time?
I have been watching you, Bryn. Yes. I have been judging Arakim.
Always a test.
What I have seen is growth. Your enthusiasm and energy has never been in question. But your judgment and initiative have often been rash. But in working with Bryn's band, I've seen you set goals, lead plans, move from asking permission to making your case. Just as you came here to do, did you not? To lay out a set of clear steps we should take to preserve our new scries and keep our people safe?
Yes, that is exactly what I was going to do.
You should act on your recommendations with my complete support. I know you're not making them lightly, and they affect your people the most. So yes, it was a test. And as Khan, it will be the first of many.
You just said Khan.
I did. The scouts have been ignored for far too long, as we try to pretend everything is as it was. Enough. Unless you disagree, Arik.
No. Not at all. We've been pushing for this forever.
Good. And you should thank Bryn when we're done. She raised a very salient point in our last chat that swept away the last of my hesitations. Now take a knee, would you? There's work to be done, and neither of us is really built for fancy ceremonies. If we have learned anything in the past while, it's that standing too firmly on ceremony costs us time and opportunities. We, as a people, would have withered and died without the tireless efforts of your scouts and their forebearers. And yet we have not recognized them out of fear of tipping a balance that was already lost. And so I elevate you, Arakim Katabi, to the station of Khan of the Enclave, and grant you the title of Guide. May your initiative and care chart a path for us all.
Okay. So let's see. Defeat the fairy. Nope, nothing there. It's a spy, right? I've been thinking getting in, trying these. I have like small wireless ones that I use with my mobile when I'm around outside and walking and stuff.
Wonder what else the Eye was hiding from his people.
Or when doing dishes and stuff like that. Cleaning and stuff. It's nice to just walk around with some music. I would need some that has longer battery time if I should use some of those. My computer though, because it gets so damn warm during summer. Probably gonna need to get some good ones for that. Yeah, we can climb up here. Fire. Oh, we got two new armor sets. We got a cold and a fiery one now.
Records on the construction and maintenance of grounds across the Enclave.
See what these can be at.
Last time we went looking for answers in the Bastion. Half the documents were torn to shreds. What else were they hiding behind the Eye's signet?
Oh, god damn it, it's downstairs. I can aggravate Drake from down here. Okay. It's weird.
Research that's been compiled on the ecological and geographic impact of the surge across the Enclave's landscape. There's an entire section on the widening of the Great Chasm.
Okay, Institute. So what's this won't change unless I go into make a new day. Where is that arc of the living? No, not in living flame, is it? Into the eastern circuit of music.
See those massive